Today we're switching gears a little bit and we are going to talk about Kate Doyle, who is Stevie Lynn's best frenemy. This is a dog who was taken out of her care. The dog was with her for 4 months. In 2021, while fleeing a dangerous personal situation, I began making placement arrangements for two 10-month-old Catahoulas in what I believe was a professional co-ownership with Kate Doyle in Bushnell, Illinois. I was explicit that these dogs were for evaluation only. No breeding was to occur before age 2, as I require a minimum of 24 months for behavioral and physical reevaluation. No money was exchanged. She was to finish raising them, and my payment was to be pick of the litter once they were health tested, which I offered to help achieve, proven, and finally bred. The betrayal began almost immediately. Within 2 weeks of drop-off, the female went into heat. Despite our clear agreement, Kate bred her immediately after working hard to pressure me into changing my breeding morals. Ultimately, I expressed that it was not a choice I agreed to and warned of the consequences, asking what her evaluation could possibly have showed to make her think that a puppy was ready to breed so young. 2 weeks shy of her first birthday, the puppy was pregnant. Since I was relocated and unable to physically intervene, I kept the peace just to keep that line of communication open. She then tried to pressure me into washing the dogs into the AKC Foundation stock service to bypass my NALC and UKC ownership blocks and hide the lack of health testing. I refused, as I would not let my kennel name be used to validate unethical underage litter. Soon after, I found out she was also using my 1-year-old male to stud for 2 or 3 other females. Honestly, who knows how many litters he has actually sired for her. She was treating my life's work like a cash crop. 4 months in, Kate claimed the female's puppies had heart murmurs and hernias, and she said she wanted the dogs gone because they were destructive and unfit for breeding. This had to be a total lie, as these dogs had never been destructive. If they were, all I could imagine is that the physical and mental neglect led to such behaviors, and she neglected to provide documentation of claims about health. I dashed my way from Virginia to Illinois with 2 toddlers in tow to get them before she could make them disappear. When I arrived, the environment felt like a rug den, nothing like the photos and videos she had sent. When the dogs were brought out, I was in shock. I loaded them up and drove, but I didn't even make it a mile out of town before I had to pull over on the side of the road and just explode. I called my sister and cried my heart out, fueled by pure, unadulterated fury. My male was emaciated. My female was depleted, still full of milk and hollowed out. Their once soft coats felt like rough horsehair. They reeked like a sick old cat. The smell of filth and infection was so thick that I couldn't breathe the cabin air. I had to stop at a Tractor Supply for an emergency bath just to survive the drive home. They looked so hollow. Kate expressed she was a professional groomer, though you would never guess based on the condition my dogs were returned in. She claimed to have taken them to the vet for a C-section and health statements, but I never received a single document. I have the information for the vet she claimed to use, but they refused to acknowledge any services provided under her name due to confidentiality. I know there are many names and breeding pages connected to these people, but I suspect they may be fake names or family members because of the extremely similar features people shown on each page. I've also noticed the needs a couch puppy advertisements sound word for word for what Kate was posting. She told me it was a wording scheme to avoid Facebook flagging her for rehoming animals. That phrase is now a major red flag for me. Now, for reference, these are the dogs when they got dropped off, and these are the dogs when they got picked up. Crazy Catahoula breeders, of which a whole documentary could be written. Today we are talking about Kate Doyle, or Kate Elizabeth. Allegedly, she has been keeping dogs in her basement, crates upon crates, in filth, really bad conditions. She's been doing this for years and years. And how does she get away with it? Well, she has an OF account, and no shade to that, but when asked if she thinks the USDA will pass her inspection, this is what she responded. She'll just offer to, or again. Allegedly, she usually has about 35 dogs in her basement or house, not including puppies. She has Frenchies, Aussies, of course, Catahoulas, and she also has a poodle puppy on her puppies.com page right now. She's also selling the same puppies that Stevie Lynn is selling, so I guess they're besties right now. She breeds double merles in not only Catahoulas, but also Aussies and Frenchies. And allegedly, she's not honest with people when selling them the blind and deaf double merle puppies. Her and Stevie allegedly used AI to edit the merle off of this dog Murphy so people wouldn't know that they're doing double merle breedings. Here is a screenshot of somebody saying that they will be reporting them to Good Dog for paying them to hide Murphy's merle. She allegedly advertises her Catahoula's as hog hunting dogs and her Aussies as deer tracking, cattle sorting, and all of her dogs are service dogs. She allegedly claims that she can train the dogs to do all of those things, but she's been kicked off people's properties and had people wanting to return dogs to her because she can't. Allegedly trying to sell a trained personal protection Mal to a couple. When they came to see the dog with their kid, the dog jumped the fence and mauled the kid and put him in the hospital. She allegedly had a 501c3 years ago and would get people to donate to her animal rescue, but she didn't use the money for dogs. She treated herself to lavish things like a nice Mustang and buy more dogs. That 501c3 got shut down. Kate has to drive like 100 miles to a vet because she's been blacklisted from so many vets for bringing dogs in with parvo, hip dysplasia, giardia, etc., and not paying the bill. She has vets in Texas trying to get money from her. She owes a lot of vets money. Involved in cat breeding, specifically Maine Coons. She actually had stolen a cat from a woman, and the woman had to go to Kate's house with the police to get her cat back, and the cat had to go straight to the vet because she was in such bad shape. Kate also allegedly unalived one of that lady's Frenchies, and she got 2 of her females back full of coccidia and worms. That woman actually took Kate to court and sued her and won. 3 different aliases: Kate Doyle, Kate Elizabeth, Western Illinois French Bulldogs, Western Illinois Australian Shepherds, Midwest Giants Cattery, Copperhead Kennels. So beware and to be continued.